Hey everyone. Yeah, this SNC-Lavalin scandal and how it's unfolding, it is the gift that keeps on giving. I kind of suspected early on when Trudeau started playing this identity politics game, right? I kind of thought, yeah, you go ahead and do that, Trudeau. You watch though. It's probably going to bite your ass at some point in time. And actually, even though I think it took a little longer than I had originally suspected, it is finally unfolding the way I thought it would. The house of cards is crashing down all around them, folks. And yeah, I admit, I'm enjoying it. And why wouldn't I? I love to see corrupt establishment politicians such as Justin Trudeau going down and suffering the consequences for playing his political games. Headline out of CBC News Politics: high-profile resignations, a blow for PM beset by questions about SNC-Lavalin. So yeah, we got another resignation now, folks. Like I say, the fallout's not done yet. First it was Raybould, then it was Butts, now it's Philpott. A 3-alarm fire for the Liberals just became a 5-alarm fire, Mulroney's former chief of staff says. It's being reported by Mark Gollum, March 5th, 2019. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau needs to hold an emergency meeting with his fellow Liberal MPs and ask them one very important question. Are they still with them? That's the advice from Ian Brodie, Stephen Harper's former chief of staff, following the shocking resignation of Jane Philpott from cabinet on Monday in the wake of the SNC-Lavalin controversy. On Monday, Philpott stepped down from her post as Treasury Board president, saying in a statement that she had lost confidence in how the government has dealt with the SNC-Lavalin case and in how it has responded to the issues raised. Oh, it probably has a lot to do with Trudeau suggesting that Jody experienced it differently, right? Like I say, this is not playing out or unfolding very good for Mr. Feminist. Oh, I'm all about supporting the First Nation community, Trudeau. Right? Hey, you wanted to play with that feminist sword? You're going to die by that feminist sword, Trudeau. Philpott's resignation was the second high-profile departure from Trudeau's cabinet since the story first broke in the Globe Mail. Former Justice Minister and Attorney General Jody Wilson-Raybould, whose allegations against the Prime Minister and senior government officials are at the center of the controversy, resigned from her cabinet post as Veteran Affairs Minister on February 12th. Well, you forgetting about Gerald Butts resigning? You might want to add one more into that equation there, CBC. Brodie said Canada hasn't seen this kind of cabinet crisis since the closing years of the John Diefenbaker government. Diefenbaker had 3 cabinet ministers resign over his nuclear arms policy in 1963. So actually, no, well, apparently the CBC contributor is too excited about trying to do a little PR campaigning on the behalf of the federal Liberals that he forgot to mention that Gerald Butts resigned as well. So actually, 3 from this example, and it's definitely not done yet. Mr. Trudeau must now move quickly to shore up his cabinet support with a new Treasury Board minister while holding his caucus together, Brodie said in an email. He should hold an emergency caucus meeting as soon as possible to see if he has the support to continue on. Oh, this is the part. Yeah, that's right, too. This is the part because actually CBC already put out another article. And I'll find that and post that in the link of this video description as well. I mean, unlike some of the editorial boards on some of the other media or news organizations in this country, CBC, yeah, they don't even really need the political talking points. They're already in the back pocket of the federal Trudeau Liberals, so they already had lots of political talking points to put out and present as political cover for this massive scandal. And here it is. They're repeating it again in this article. Among cabinet members, at least, Trudeau seems to be holding support. CBC News reached out to the remaining 33 members of cabinet who all said they support the Prime Minister. But with an election looming this fall and ongoing investigations, continued support is far from certain. The Prime Minister's political opponents, meanwhile, are already calling for further inquiry, with Conservative leader Andrew Scheer calling for Trudeau to quit and the RCMP to investigate. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, who will soon take a seat in the House of Commons, wants a full public inquiry. Last week, Wilson-Raybould testified in front of the Parliamentary Justice Committee that when she was Attorney General, she faced a consistent and sustained effort from several top government officials, including the Prime Minister, to intervene in a corruption and fraud case against SNC-Lavalin Group Incorporated. Wilson-Raybould, who later shuffled out her justice portfolio to Veterans Affairs, said she resisted the pressure. Anyways, I'll post a link to this article in the description of the video below. You see that? CBC, they're already in full-on defense mode. They got their media personalities out there, and they're not even waiting that long. You'd think they'd wait a little bit longer before they start offering these excuses, but I guess if they do, well, then they'll realize that, well, we have no ability to reconstruct the narrative if we wait much longer. So, well, we better do it now. It's now or ever, folks. Looks like they're all out there doubling down on the kind of massive corruption, bribery, and insider politics that a lot of us, like people like myself, I've known about this stuff for a long time, folks. I'm finally happy to see that some Canadians are finally getting the opportunity to even dip their toes in the water and start to understand a lot of the things that I've known for a long time. And fortunately, in the social media age, in the internet age, the establishment media and these political hacks, they have no capacity or ability to control the narrative. And that's another thing that I'm loving about this modern era. And you can see it's driving the establishment media and the established political class nuts. Just knowing that they no longer have the capacity to control the narrative or to constantly manipulate the minds of the masses. I guarantee it keeps a lot of these people up at night. They've probably become very heavy drinkers or popping a whole lot more pills as a result. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.